Israel is the first time I called out of South Carolina. Israel, thank you for calling. You're on the air.
Hello, hey, how you doing?
All is well, sir. Happy White History Month.
I don't celebrate it, but I wish back Happy White History Month to you too. I guess that's a new thing. I've been wondering when that was. I'm a first-time caller.
I started it this year, and I deemed, with the support of my great team here, we deemed July is White History Month.
Okay. Well, I guess if it catches on around South Carolina, then I guess you should be getting some royalty checks.
Well, I'm not. It's not for money. It's to show my appreciation to white Americans for building, creating the greatest country on this side of heaven, and then allowing me to be a part of that. It's so amazing.
Gotcha. Well, like I said, I'm a first time caller, and I'm gonna be honest. I heard about you a couple years ago, back during my more liberal stages of my life, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really used to like it.
You didn't like me?
But yeah, that was back then. I'm talking about years ago.
Right.
Years ago, because like I said, that was back during the more liberal part of my life.
Yes.
I was fresh out of college. I was working for the liberal media, local CBS affiliate we got out here, and I'm black and Mexican, and I think I came across like the butt end of one of your statements regarding the black and Mexican situation out there in California.
Yes.
And it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but then again, I didn't really understand. I'm only 29 years old, so
okay. I understand.
I'm still learning and growing and everything. So I guess, I kind of came back around probably, I started looking at your videos again probably couple months ago. Started with the fallen state.
Hold on, buddy. Hold on, Israel.
Stumbled upon it.
Israel, let me take a break. Do not hang up.
I like what I heard.
Israel, hold on. Israel, hold on. Let me take a break. Hold on. Let me go quickly back to Israel. First time a caller out of South Carolina. Israel, go ahead. Thank you for holding.
Oh, no problem. So as I was saying, I started watching your videos, the fallen state, and then of course the commentary on this particular channel, and I realized, wow, this guy, says a lot of things that, I agree with, that I start to see. In particular, another individual that I didn't used to like was the president. Now, it wasn't as vitriol as, most of the, black Americans, Mexican Americans and whatnot, put out there. I was a little bit more critical in terms of, the news that was put out about him. But then, of course, slowly, going through my own struggle, I'm an educator. I get paid peanuts to be a teacher, and I work in the inner city, and I see a lot of the problems. And, he comes in the office, and I know I went back and looked at some of his videos where he specifically addressed the black community. And out of my short 29 years on this earth, he's like the only, or at the time, presidential candidate who address, the needs of black people in this country.
Yeah.
And, a lot of my peers, they just kind of swept it under the rug. Oh, that don't mean nothing. He's still racist. I'm like, dude, give him a chance.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of my friends, I hang around mostly, people my age or whatnot. I'm like, give him a chance.
That's right.
Everybody on my Facebook for once, they trip about the so-called border crisis. And, I actually, my family, my mother's side of the family, she's the one that's Mexican. You say you're black as an ace of spades.
Yes.
My father is too. And my mama, she about as Mexican, I don't know, as tacos and burritos. Like, she was born in Mexico, but her family, her nuclear family, they're from South Texas.
Yes.
All right. She served in the military, all that stuff. She's a citizen, been a citizen for about 3 years. She really should have been a citizen sooner. But, back to what I was saying, I was in South Texas just 2 weeks ago. And the part of Texas I was born in, it's only like a hop, skip, and a jump away from Mexico. And I actually went to Mexico, and on my pilgrimage, if you let the media tell it, you would think that every Mexican is trying to crash the border and come here. And that's not true. When I went to the part of Mexico I went to, it's called Nuevo Progreso, or New Progress Mexico. And when I went there, it's an area that was recently, within the past couple of years, they got rid of their cartel problem, and it's kind of like a safe tourist spot now. Anyways, when I went there, I saw how hard the people were working. I saw how the shops, everything in the shops was made by their fellow Mexicans, and I loved it. I loved it. And if what Trump is trying to do with the border, I don't know how I feel about the wall, because a lot of Mexican Americans down there, they cross the border to go shop because things are cheaper. I think that might mess us up economically. I mean that jokingly, of course.
Yeah.
But
let me ask you this. So you now support President Trump?
Yes. Yes, I do. I do support him.
Do your parents support him as well?
If he keeps it up, he's got my vote in 2020. I'm just
gonna Right on, man. How about your parents? Do they support him?
My father doesn't, but my mom thinks that he could do a little bit more about the immigration problem, and I tell her, Mom, it's not his fault. You got sanctuary cities, you got people that's stopping them, but for the most part, she's not against them.
So let me ask you this: your mother is Hispanic and your father is black.
Yes, sir.
So what is it like having a mother that's Hispanic and a father is black? Do you feel torn between two worlds?
I used to, and part of my pilgrimage in South Texas was my mother told me, because I kind of got mad at her on the trip, not like crazy mad, but I was like, why did you raise me in South Carolina? Why didn't you let me grow up here? And she told me straight up, either way, you'd be an outsider. And I thought about it. She's right. So really, I mean, as I got older, when I was younger, I used to be torn. Not really that I wanted to be Mexican or that I wanted to be just black. I wanted to be accepted by both.
Right.
But I mean, as I got older, as I became more accomplished, I mean, I fully embrace both sides of my culture, and I do see a lot of the shortcomings of both. But I mean, for the most part, I mean, I refer to myself as a Blaxican.
So now, when you were growing up,
which one do I identify? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was going to ask. While growing up, did you identify with the Hispanics or blacks?
I mean, I identify with black. Just reason being, I grew up in South Carolina. The Hispanic population that we got here now, let's just put it this way: me and my mom beat them here.
Oh yeah.
They weren't around here growing up, and even if they were here, I mean, they would treat me like an outcast too. And that's one thing that my mom told me specifically about the illegal aliens. They don't like black people. And she's been telling me.
I've been telling folks that they don't like black people.
Yeah, the illegal aliens do not like black people. They call us lazy. They say our women are the ugliest things on the planet.
Yeah.
Yet a lot of them get their citizenship by marrying some, pardon my French, some white whale out of a trailer park. It's like, damn, if you're gonna pull a white woman, man. Like,
so I gotta ask this. ¿Habla español?
Sí, un poquito.
Sí, mamma mia. And so do you date Mexicans or blacks or whites?
I'm actually married. I'm married to a black woman.
Oh, you're married to a black woman. Oh, I see.
Yes, sir.
Have you dated a Mexican?
A little bit. Not anything long term. It was I don't know if it could really even count toward anything like serious, because it was kind of long distance, and it was years ago. It wasn't anything that flourished into.
How does your mother feel about you being married to a black woman?
I mean, what the hell can she? What can she say? I mean, she married a black man. I mean, she
is she okay with you marrying a black woman?
Huh?
Is she okay with you marrying a black woman?
Well, of course. I mean, she's got 3 beautiful grandkids because of her. She loves them like. I mean, she told me up front. She said the reason why I don't like this illegal invasion is because they're taking away from my grandchildren, your children.
Yeah, that's right.
And
And my last question
I wanted for you, they're black.
My last question: are you the head of your wife?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I am.
Right on.
I work. I take care of everything. We go to church. I'm a member of the Church of Christ. We go to church every Sunday.
Man. You are an alpha male.
Thank you.
Yes. Israel, I appreciate your call, man. You're a smart man, and call me again.
Oh, I will. Thank you. It was great talking to you.
You too,
I'm gonna
buddy.
stay tuned into your stuff.
All right, I appreciate that. Wow. Amazing.